Hey, good morning, everyone. How the heck are we doing out there? How's everybody? There we go. Hey, good morning out there, team. Hey, Emma, Dave, B1, Coach, Gold, Jim, Thomas. How's everybody doing? How are we there? Click that. Let's see. I've got my drawing tools. Hey, let's get rid of this. Okay, rock and roll. Hey, quick reminder. Members of Hit Run Candlesticks, Right Way Options, and BYOB Trading. We have members e-learning this Thursday in our combo room, so join in. That starts at noon. Also, I want to quickly point this out right here. Let's see, where is it? Maybe that's it right there, huh? Is that it? Yeah, there you go. Hey, we're going to start our Black Friday sale stuff today. And BYOB and Right Way Options will have the same thing, but this is mine. And this is good for members also. If you want to take advantage of it, for some of you, it might be a pretty good deal. But if you buy a year's membership, you get 6 months free. I think it's like $9.65, something like that. I'd have to go look to be sure. But anyway, 6 months free. If you have one of those phones where you take a picture, there's a thing on it there. For the room, I can post it in here later for you, okay? But it's Black Friday, 6 months free with Hit and Run Candlesticks. Like I say, $9.65 or $69, something like that. I probably should know that, and I will tomorrow. I should know that, okay? So if you're interested, fire away. Let me get this out of there now. There we go. Whoops. Don't want to put that up there. There we go. Also, and don't forget, we still have the 2-day free pass, and that is good. That is good for anybody. You get to go through it once. You don't get to keep going through it, just so you know. And I think there's a clock on it, like maybe in 6 months you can do it again, maybe something like that, perhaps. But you just can't. Just don't think you can go through it. Just, it's not a wheel. All righty, let's get going here. Let's talk about the market a little bit. I guess I have the market up here, right? Okay, take a breath. Take a breath. Have a drink of coffee. That's good. All right. So seriously, do I have this? I do. Okay. Seriously, we're in a bit of a mess, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not gonna change till you like that? Yeah, like that? Thanks. Hit and run. Oh, there it is. Hit and run candlesticks. Yeah, pretty cool. Seriously, until NVDA reports, the market is going to be choppy. It really is. Okay, the market is going to be it's going to be up and down, slow at times. It's just going to wait for NVIDIA. So if you think NVIDIA is going to skyrocket upward, then more than likely the market's going to follow as well. If NVIDIA fails, the market just might fail with it. It may not fail quite as much, and the market could find a bottom before NVIDIA does, because the market's going to have a lot of other stocks to help it. But if it does fail, we're probably in for a rough little road here, okay? So it's all about NVIDIA. All right, let's take NVIDIA, kind of wad NVIDIA up like this and just throw it away, okay? Let's forget about NVIDIA, and let's just go back to the chart here. And let's do this. Let's just go back to some old-fashioned charting. Think about the trend. Think about price action. Think about what price has to do. So like this here, okay? So we clearly have a downtrend, and we clearly have an uptrend. And price right now is in between. So wouldn't it make sense that we need to be a little patient? This is one of the key tools of a trader, being patient. Wait for the breakdown, or wait for the breakout. That's what we need to do. Now, for you early traders, the traders that can't stand it, you're going to buy, well, you're going to have to pick a decision, pick a side. Are you going to be a bull, or are you going to be a bear? Is the bear going to put your bull hide on the side of the barn, or is the bear just going to eat your bull hide? Which is it? And so you just have to make that decision. So, and I focus on the market a lot here because the market is, if I'm working, I've been typing up, working on a blueprint to the road to wealth and how I've been able to triple the account. And one of my number one boxes, my number one sections is, what is the market doing? Because whatever the market does, stocks are going to do. 80% of stocks will do what the overall market does. That means if you're going to go counter the market, you're trading only 20% of the stocks. Now, that may sound good to you, but now you've got to ask yourself, well, how good of a trader are you? Are you just a 20% trader, or are you an 80% trader? Bottom line, if you've been making money and you're doing well, you could probably pull it off. If you're a struggling trader, if you're a trader that you're not an 80% trader, if you're closer to that 20%, even if you're 50% of that, you might want to pay attention to the market and maybe sit on your butt, put your hands under your butt, and just wait until everything settles down. So you have to decide what kind of trader you are. And it's a tough thing to do. No one wants to say, well, I'm just a 20% trader. No one wants to say that. But that's how we learn and we build and we get better, and we become an 80% trader. All right. So here's what I've got. Number one rule for me: what is price doing in relationship to that white line? Here, let's get rid of this right there and this. There we go. What is price doing in relationship to that white line, which is the 8 EMA? It's below it. That starts us off in a seller owns what I'm looking at. Now, is price below the trend indicator, which is that red dot? You can't see it here. So the answer is yes, it is. So yes, it is. Is the T line below the trend indicator there? Yes, it is. I can't see it, but I kind of think it is. So right there is absolute negative trading for me. That is not bullish in any way, shape, or form. On the other hand, I come over here and I look at this 50-period moving average here, and it's still trending up pretty nice. Let's just put that up there. It's still doing a pretty good job. Okay. So here we've got bears meeting bulls. There's going to be a fight here. Well, who's going to win? This is where patience comes in. How about we just wait to see if the bulls can actually pull us over that candle there? And why don't we just actually wait to see if the bears can actually push us down here? Okay. Now, here's the real super negative thing that's going on. If we get below those lows, this game might be over. We just might be in a bearish owned city here. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. I know everyone is, saying, well, hey, everything still looks good right now. And I agree with you. Right now, for the most part, we are still controlled by the bulls. We get below that low right there, that could be the end of the bull run for a while. There's going to have to be a lot of changes to fix that, because everything that has been piling up is all going to come out. And that could be dangerous. All right. So warning, below the November 7th low, right? And we'll all get excited if we start breaking out of that trend right there. So that's a SPY. Qs pretty much look the same. Not much difference. Yeah, not much difference at all. We tried to hold on to the, why am I not getting my, my pre-market in there? That's weird. Anyway, we're not getting any failure here. So the key now is to hold for the SPY. It will be Friday's low. Yeah, the 14th low right there. That's going to be important. If you take a look at the diamond still needs to come down and get a little closer to the 50-period moving average, in my opinion. We haven't. I don't think we've been close enough yet. And what that will do is it will keep the rest of the indices a little bit at bay while the diamonds are doing that. And then, of course, if we fail it, we could have a problem. And the failure of that 464.78 would be a big problem. And that would be that candle right there on that 11.7. All right. IYT transports. Oh, we broke out of that wedge here. We actually broke down at one time, came back up, went higher. Now we're back down. We're at a point where it's a 50-50 draw. We're either going to go up or go down. It's a 50-50 draw there. SMH. SMH is doing kind of like the Qs are doing down here, headed to that 50-period moving average right now. We did come back with not quite a bullish piercing candle, but I'm certainly not going to leave out the possibility that this candle here can do it. It's all about the next one or the next one or the next one. If this one here starts cutting into these lows, that's going to be a problem. And you can see where the next lows would come down to just under 330 over here. Below that, bad news, real bad news. So I'm going to watch that. What else do I have here? Let's take a look at T2123. You can see that it was underwater ending Friday. We need price to be above those red dots to be bullish. I talked about this a little bit on the YouTube channel Saturday. If anyone wants me to talk about it a little more during the day, just remind me. Be glad to do that. In the meantime, let's go look at that VIX, VIX. Actually, I just want to look at VXX. There we go. VXX. If you look at that, that's a bullish chart. Price is above the 8 EMA. 8 EMA is above the trend indicator. And we're all above the 50-period moving average. So based on my bullish, bearish rules using price action and moving average, that's a bullish chart right there. So right now, I would have to say that because of this chart and the fact that we are pre-market, we're not showing a breakout over Friday's candle. We're actually showing more of a Hiromi type candle. That at the moment, I would have to put the sellers in charge of this market right now at the moment. Okay. What else do we have? Let's see. Some of those, if they're handy, let's look at some of those big folks out there. Look at Amazon. Okay, so let's take Amazon. Is Amazon a short or is it setting up for a possible buy? Me, I'm thinking a possible buy. We're still above the 50-period moving average. We've had a big rally up. We're pulling back. This is called a PBO, pullback opportunity. All bets are off if we close below that 50-period moving average. That's what we broke out of. These highs right in here. We could put a line right there. You could even call it there if you wanted. I'm going to call it the 50. But watch for that buy signal. That could start the game moving up. We're going to need a few of these to help. Google. Google's not in horrible shape. I can't say that I like the top, bang its head right here, and fail every single time. I guess the front page news is, well, Google can't get past 293. Well, if it does get past 293, front page news, bulls just ripped a hole in the bear, whatever, RSP here, not doing too good. Meta is on my list here. Let's talk about Meta for a second. I have another account, a real large account. I don't talk about it too very often. And I've made a bucket load of money in it this year. And what I've been doing is buying more contracts than normal, but I've been buying champion stocks. Meta is a champion. So here's Meta way down here. Meta is one I'm watching to buy because being a champion stock, I feel that Meta has the juice to get back to the top and maybe even higher. That's what champion stocks are. So I've got my eyes on Meta here. Now, where is it here? There it is. Some people can't afford the $600, and in my Road to Wealth account, I admit I can't do that either. So I would have to buy this in my larger account. So, but what I can do in the Road to Wealth account is METU, 27, we'll call it $28 here. There's METU. Wait for that bite signal. Wait for the alert. All members, when I buy it, I'll alert you when I start buying it. And just so everybody knows, I'll be buying options way, 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 way out there because I want to give it time to get back up there. So once I do that, at some point, I very well may buy another position to trade along with that, but I'll be holding the bigger position as it moves up. So this is a champion chart. It might be getting ready to be bought. I'm a little concerned yet that it might pull back a little bit more. The 500 period moving average is right in here. So I'm waiting. And when you're thinking about something like this, you don't have to rush in. Just back to the 50 period moving average is 45%. So you don't have to rush. So we can let it set up. That's why I'm not in a hurry now. I'm waiting for it to pull back just a tiny bit more. Well, what if it doesn't pull back? What if it moves up? That's okay. I'm going to wait till my rules are met on some time frame. So I may look at a 3-bar chart. Nope. Hourly chart. Nope. 10-minute chart. Nope. 15-minute chart. Nope. Nothing. I don't have anything set up. And what I'm trying to do is find an intraday chart where, like this over here, price is above the 8 and 8 is above the trend indicator. And that's what I'm going to wait for. So I'm not in a hurry right now. And at 45% just to the 50 period moving average, I don't need to rush in. Okay, so let's keep Meta on our watch list. Everybody keep on top of it. I'm going to ask the trading room, you see this thing hopping and popping, shout out. I'm interested in it. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, I put a bunch of stocks out there in where? In the Discord. I think I put them in the room here. I'll try to put them in other places maybe. But here's some stocks that I think are doing pretty good. Take SLB. Oh, I did post some stocks on Facebook and X over the weekend. Take a look at SLB here. Let me get my pencil out. Let's do this. There we go. Let me get my pencil out. Hey, good morning, everyone over there. I forgot to say good morning to you. I didn't click on a button, so I didn't see you over there. Thanks for being here on the social side. Absolutely appreciate it. So if we look at SLB here, there you have a double bottom. We have good candles right in here that's acting very good. We get through that 50% retracement. I'm looking up here, 39.50. Let's take another one. Take RSX. Take RSX here. Let me get my arrow out. If we take a look at that, you can see you've got a double bottom right here. Here we've rallied up. We've pulled back. Just, we've got that low, high. We didn't make a higher low. That's okay. So it starts over. Low, high, higher low. We need to break out of that higher high. And then, of course, that high is going to be something we need to look at. But either way, I still see plenty of room to the upside. Roast stars, roast stars. Let's get my arrow. Make that arrow that size, make it yellow. Again, we look over here, you can see that we're coming down to a little bit of price action support. We've got a high. Here we have a low. We have a 3-8 trap. Overall, the chart is looking pretty good. We'll take some of these others. Probably should take some that you guys have, shouldn't I? Yeah, if you guys have any, throw them out there. We'll go look at them. I've got 86 I could go through. Take a look at TVTX, setting up for that Fig Newton chart pattern right here. Nice little wedge in there. Looking great. Good morning, Julie. D-Dog. Whoops. D-Dog. There we go. Yes, D-Dog looks good. I think, yep, that's on my list already. This is what I call a gap and trap. I happen to believe that if anybody was looking for one single, I'm on a 2-day chart too. I just saw that. If anybody is looking for one single pattern to play and to trade and to become the best at before you move to another one, this would be it right here, the gap and trap. Because what you've got is you've got the entire world. You've got everybody that's trading this stock agreeing that this thing should be higher in one swoop. So up we go. That's a big fire. That's a hurry. That's energy. So I think that's super. We pop up just a little bit more, and here we pull back into that 3-8 trap area. And the area I would look at, I know I'm calling it a 3-8 trap. It is, but I would look at that, 17, the trend indicator up a little bit like that. Anything in that area. Maybe even use the 8 EMA high, perhaps. Box it in. That's how you would scan for it. And now start looking at those charts. So I'm like, yeah, with this chart, absolutely. What I would probably do is look at a buy over 190.30 to prove that it's got enough juice. And it would also, if the market was moving up, it would probably help with that as well. Stop would be the T line. Maybe for me, some folks would use that pivot low down there. But this right here, I think, is a perfect type of trade to be the very, very best at. Gap and trap. Let's see, Fang looking good. Fang, yep. Fang is looking good. That's one thing I noticed when I was looking at stocks this weekend is there's a lot of oil, a lot of energy that's shaping up, looking real good. Yeah, Fang is looking good right now. I believe it will go to our 156.85, about 5% up there. Once it breaks out of that, then we can run up to 166. That's looking really good. I do not think that's on my list, but it is now. Let's see. BKR. BKR is setting. Yes. Look how take the 50 period moving average. Look how that's trending up. And then let's take this high and go down like that. And I'm going to go down to this dot. Of course, somebody may disagree, and you're more than welcome to put your line where you want, like that. We start to break out. Man, that's hot. That is super hot. Buying inside here is cool too. If it falls below, your risk is going to be minimal. So you could get yourself stopped out. But that's a hot chart right there. Very hot chart. That is on my list. I can see it up there. Nice. CMI. Whoops. CMI. Ooh, another nice one. See, gap and trap. This is, like I said, if somebody wanted to dive into be the very best, and I think that's the way to do it, by the way, rather than run around and have 6 different, say, chart setups, strategies, systems, and not be good at any one of them. If you're struggling, just pick one you like and be the very best at it. Just be the very best. Be the coach on it. And then you can move to a second one, but only do this one until you just can't stand it anymore. This would be the one I would look at. It combines 2 things. It combines the 3-8 trap or the 17-8 trap. It combines the gap, which creates energy. It pushed up because a lot of traders wanted it. Not just a few, but a lot. And that push up means there's a 99% probability it's going to go higher. But that doesn't, in fact, I will guarantee you they will pull back before they get there. So like this. So maybe that is the upside target. Price will do this to get there. That's the way price works. That's the way price works. So keep your eye on the ball or the pie up here. Keep your eye on the pie. I like that better. Keep your eye on the pie. And now you can trade your way to the pie, or you can invest your way in your way to the pie up there. Beautiful chart. That is not on my list, and it is now. Thank you. IBM. I believe that's on my list. It is IBM. Yes, IBM has a nice double bottom right here. You guys, I'm talking about double bottoms. You probably haven't heard me talk about that a whole lot, and that's because I think I have a scan for double bottoms, and I'm just tickle pink about it. I'll share it with everybody in the room today, okay? I'm just excited about it. It's pretty cool. So there's a nice little double bottom here. We ended up with it's just a bullish candle, nothing to speak of. We've got an inside day today. So whatever trips your trigger for an entry, I'm probably thinking an entry above 312.80 right there. And that could set us up to lead further up, okay? Also, we talk about the gap and trap. While this is not a gap, it would be the same thing. It's big enough, it would be the same thing. CAG, let's look at CAG. CAG coming off the bottom here. I guess I think I would like to see a little something. It is pinched, set up here to head to the 50. We're over the 8 EMA. We're trying to put that bottom in. We've got this low. We've got maybe a kind of sort of inverted head and shoulders going on here. I would just watch for that bullish sign. That's what I would look for, I think, is wait for that bullish sign, some bulls to step in, and then it might work us up to the 50, and then we'll reevaluate that. Okay, Bart? But I'll put CAG up there because I see the potential in CAG. Let's make this bigger. Okay. Thomas, is it possible to have a chart in black and white, black and black chart in black and white? Not sure what you mean there. I mean, I don't know what part would you want black? What part would you want white? There is, I think, now that I think about it. Yeah, there is. Take a look at AEO. That's trending up real nice. Look at that nice little flag right there. I think I'm going to flag that. I think I'm going to put a little flag right here. That's a breakout of the flag buy. Yep, that's a breakout of the flag buy right there. Thank you, Julie. Or Daryl, thank you. ABBV, that's setting up. There's our pop to the upside. There's our energy. There's our more bulls than bears. We pop it up. The market gets soggy. This thing didn't pull back very far, did it? That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I like that. So it's real simple. Wait for it to break out. If you're a buyer here, just establish your stop. What's your rules? That's what you want to look at. If I look at mine, I see the trend indicator moving up. I'm going to put a line just like this. That'd be close enough. So it's going to have to stay in that area. Anything below, I'm afraid I'd have to be a little bit nervous owning it. Coach says cash is a position. Yeah, that is true, everybody. Cash is a position. All right, let me come over here. Wow. Hey, thanks. You guys, this might be the most I've ever had over there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I should probably do some sort of something to get more people over here. Let me try to get you guys closer to me so I can see you. There we go. Good morning, Rick. I did try to get your 2-day pass, but it did not receive an email. Try it again. I can't do anything right now. Just try it again. Yeah. Rick, if you've opted out of hit and run candlesticks, that could be why you're not getting it. If you opt out, you opt out. Nothing I can do about it. We could put you back in, send a note to Ed or send a note to me. We'll see. Let's see. All we see is you. Oh, no. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, jeepers. I'm sorry. I missed that boat. Somebody needs to call me on the phone. Say, Rick, get your act together. My bad. I do apologize for that. VXX, my thoughts. VXX, my thoughts is it's bullish. This is a bullish chart. That's why you need to be very, very careful right now. Price is above the 8. 8 is above the trend indicator. Trend indicator is above the 50-period moving average. That's a bullish chart. We've got a bullish candle, not so bullish, and a bullish candle. It's setting up for a Fig Newton chart pattern, which is bullish. What we need, if you want to be bullish, what we need is for price to head this way, right there. And I don't know if price is going to do that until NVDA reports. Okay. Bull, my thoughts. Bull, my thoughts. It has a place on the watch list, and that's about it. There's absolutely no buy signal. So any buying now is purely speculation, which is cool. If somebody wants to trade on speculation, you know, that's by all means, that's you're right. Someday this thing could get going, and you know, I would like that. All right. I've tried to trade this thing, and I've loaned it so much money that yeah, I've loaned it a lot of money. So we need some energy. Just buy, like I said, just buying it right now is just buying on pure speculation, rolling the dice, and that's okay. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's okay. Long some AEP. Yes, I would be. Definitely would be. Look at that trend. I'm going to use the trendicator, and I'm going to start right here and just go right up to the where we are right there. So starting here, go here, don't care what's in the middle. And now just take a look at that flat trading. That's a beautiful looking chart if you ask me. See this gap right there? Look at that volume right there. That's energy. That's a huge amount of energy in there. And then this is just consolidation, resting. Everyone knows, I hope everyone knows, that if a big company, let's take Goldman Sachs, for instance. If Goldman Sachs was to take a position in this, they're not going to buy their full position. They can't do it because it would be way up here, if not higher. So they walk into it. They'll buy a chunk. Well, I can't say it's Goldman Sachs, and I don't know what the chunk size is, but there's a chunk. And then all the fish, we are all the fish. We come, you know, it's like they're chumming the waters. And now all the traders come in here. All the, you know, the firms that think they're big come in here. That's what's going on. And at some point, let's take Goldman Sachs. I'm not saying Goldman Sachs did it, but at some point, Goldman Sachs will buy another chunk. So now what we're trying to do is get into this trade and trade it. So the fire is there. That's a nice chart. That's on my watch list now. Thank you. Let's see. What else have we got? Hey, again, I am really sorry. Somebody in the room, maybe I'll put up something that says check that. I totally forgot to change that. I apologize. What's your thoughts on Friday's daily ADMA candle? Let's go look. It's just nothing really. A few more sellers than buyers because it pushed us down to the bottom. It's not the candle I would be too concerned about. It's the chart pattern that I would look at. And that right there, I think, is a beautiful chart pattern. I love it. So this would absolutely be on my watch list. It is now. So we've got a low, we've got a high, we've got a higher low. I'm going to be looking out for that buy signal, and I would like to see something come across this red candle's low that'll take out Friday's high. Okay. Also, I want to point out the double bottom here. I think that adds to the chart. What we've got here is a downtrend. Let's connect to our double bottom. So let's think of this as a bowl, and there's the flat part of the bowl. There's the left side of the bowl, and now the right side of the bowl. Just try to make it look like the right side, like that. That's the right side. It has nothing to do with, you know, price coming to it. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to draw the bowl. Now we trade price based on our trend. What is our trend? If you're a hit and run candlestick, road to wealth connoisseur, you trade the you trade price, you trade the 8 EMA, and you trade the Trendicator, just like that. And there it is. That's a beautiful chart setting up. It just needs one thing, buyers to get us going, and then it's good. Let's see. I check my time. IVZ. Nice chart. Nice chart. You see the bull trend there? Bull trend. Flat trading. So let's just draw a line right there. It walked into that cave. It's in that dark, dark cave. Now it's going to try to get out. There's only 3 ways it can go. And it can go this way a little bit longer, but at some point it can't go any further. It has to break out or it has to break down. So definitely one to keep an eye on. Bullishness on this. Yeah, probably in that 24.10, maybe 23.90, around 24. That's where I would maybe start looking at it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Remember the 2-day open house, 2-day free pass here at Hit and Run Candlesticks. Remember the what is it? The Black Friday special. All members, you're in. If you would like to take advantage of it, you can. For some of you, it'll be a better deal. For some of you, it might not. And then out there to the public, would love to have you over. That's a great deal. 6 months free. With that, I'll see members in the room in about 25 minutes. Okay. You guys all take care. And thank you so much for being here. Everybody over in the free side, thank you very much. I am really, really sorry about that. I'll try to get some help on that. Figure out how not to do that. Okay. I do apologize. Thank you. You guys take care.